Hey there, I noticed that the new feature, the checkbox feature, has finally shown up in my Excel program. So I wanted to show you how to use it. You'll find it on the Insert tab. Simply select a group of cells and then go to Insert and look for Checkbox. That's where it showed up on mine. This has come as an automatic update in my Microsoft 365 account. And the way it works is this. You can simply click on the cell and it changes it from false. They're all coming in open first to false. And then when I check them, then they indicate true. Now that's going to be really handy as you start to work with it. You can build formulas and things around that. So here I've got a little setup. I can say equals if, and the test can be, is this cell equal to true? What do I do if it is? What do I do if it's not? And so you can do whatever you would normally do with an if statement. So let's say if it's true, we want to put 100 in there. If it's false, we want to put a 0 in there. And so there I've got my basic formula built, and I drop it in there, and then let's fill it down. So the ones that are marked true then are giving the value I asked for true, which was 100. If I select one, it goes ahead and changes it dynamically. So that's going to work great for a lot of things. I've set up a couple options here. I also wanted to think about how can I count those if they are true and false. So what I built here, I use the COUNTIF. The COUNTIF, and this is set up as a table. So let me just back up the bus for a second. When I set up as a table, so I do the from home, I format as a table on whatever kind of list I have. And so it set that up. Once I have a table, then I can include the total row. So what I did with the total row, when I first came in here, it tried to do a count, but that was not getting my yes, no, true, falses. So what I did was more functions, and I did the count if, and I gave it a condition. So count if, so the range is this range, but the criteria is either the true or the false. We'll do true. Count if it's true, and that only shows 2, but it's dynamic. So as things change in here, then that count if would work for me. I also wondered then, how are these checkboxes going to work in a pivot environment? So I took this tiny little table and then I did a pivot of it, and that worked just fine as well. What I've done here, I've tried a couple of different things. I could list the name column in the yes no column, and it showed here the yes no is true false. Now, when you get into these filters on a pivot table, you could choose which column or item that you wanted to filter. If I wanted to show the falses or the trues, or clear that filter from the yes no and bring it all back, I could do that. I also experimented with putting it as a top level filter, and that worked great as well. I could filter just the false or just the true. That was working. So I think you're going to find a lot of uses for the checkbox. Yay, we finally got it. Have a great day, friends. Hope that helps.